Welcome to Gabby's Garden Jars, where Gabby and I will show you how we put together this handsome little terrarium. It's actually our first illuminated one. We had a little mishap with the glue we used, so later on we'll show you what we used that actually worked. So let's get started. We chose this jar really just because we had a cork top for it on hand. It certainly helps that it's big enough to actually work inside of, though. We have a few pieces of wood to choose from for this project, and we like this one because it has a nice curve to it and some natural texture. And here it looks like that'll fit just about perfectly. We're using hot glue here just to get the wood positioned so we don't have to keep holding it. Hot glue will pull loose from the smooth glass with time, but we just need to hold it in place until the drainage layer and soil can take over holding the wood up. Cyanoacrylate or something else will do better. Would do better holding the wood in place permanently. But then again, even then, it's only if you do something to rough up the glass with sandpaper or something else. With the wood in place now, we're ready for our drainage layer. There's a multitude of things you can use for a drainage layer, whether that's foam or gravel. What we're using is a bonsai soil mix consisting of expanded shale, some little bit of bark, and some clay. This build is a high humidity build, but not a really wet one, so we just need a thin drainage. Next, we added a little bit of potting soil, and then we covered the potting soil in sphagnum moss to help hold moisture and for everything else to kind of grow into, and to help keep that humidity up. And then on top of that sphagnum moss, we put in some of our live moss, which we cultivate here in our paludarium. We use a variety of mosses, some tropical, but mostly collected from the woods in the United States, Tennessee, Missouri, and New Jersey for our builds, including some fern mosses, some cushion mosses, and some hairpin mosses. Next, we're adding in some ficus pumila, really fast-growing vine. We want to fill in this one quickly, and then that's followed by a red fittonia, snakeskin or nerve plant. We love using fittonia here because it's relatively slow growing, but it still propagates readily on its own from cutting, and it'll thrive in the high humidity. We like the way the ficus sits, but we need something up top, so we're adding in a little bit of moss up here. We're using cyanoacrylate glue to attach this wood moss, which is a little bit more tolerant of the drier conditions found higher up in this tank. I promised at the beginning that we'd talk a little bit about the glue that we used for the light. So initially we tried to use hot glue, and predictably the hot glue peeled away from the light itself. It adhered well to the cork, but not to the light. After time, after about 30 days or so, it ended up pulling free. We switched to epoxy, which is holding up very well. We're now at about 60 to 90 days, as you can see here, and it's holding up very well with no signs of breaking off. We'll revisit this jar in another 45 days. In the meantime, if you have any questions about this build or any of our others, comment down below or send us a message. Thanks for your time.